Hello everybody, it is me, Sacred G.
And me, the unknown G12.
And today, man, we have got a pretty funny video. This is from Avarti, or Avarti, whatever the fuck his name is. This is called Why the Elder Scrolls 6 Will Fail. And yes, you can see right here that this video was made 5 years ago. On the 30th of October 2017. First of all, the game hasn't even been announced yet, which is even more funny. And not only that, you're shitting on something before it comes out, like even before it's fucking announced. So, without further ado, here we go. Are you ready, Unknown G? Oops.
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls 6 is...
Okay, we're gonna start over again. Alright, let's do it.
The Elder Scrolls 6 is doomed to fail. This is a fact I felt to be...
It's not a fact!
How's it a fact?
Yeah, I know. It's not a fact. Like, I don't know why you'd start the video at 9 seconds saying that it's a fact that it's gonna fail. Man.
He's already guessing.
Yep. Well, it's speculation. You have a right to do it, but it's not a fact.
Yeah, it's not a fact. It's a spec.
Yep.
True for quite some time, but it's only recently that I've begun to deliberate exactly why I think the sequel to Skyrim will fall short. To be clear, I don't mean fail in terms of a lack of sales or general critical acclaim, rather I believe the Elder Scrolls 6 is likely to fail the series' long-term fans. And if you're watching this video then
because Bethesda should, kiss their ass. They should cater to one fan, or like a certain fan.
Yeah, there's still a lot of fans. I still see a lot of people playing this game. Skyrim.
Yeah, there's like 20,000 alone on Steam. I don't know how Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna fail, but okay.
Likely that you are one of those fans. To get to the heart of the problem regarding the next game, it's poignant to recount the popular history of the Elder Scrolls series. Whilst the game's preceding
the fact that this is even before it releases, and it was even before it was even announced, which they announced it, I think Fallout 76? I'm pretty sure they did. Oh no, actually I know they did. They announced Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. So... And that was like 2018. This was like a year before. Or, well, not necessarily technically a year, but like a few months, like months after or before, so that's funny.
Morrowind did receive significant critical acclaim.
Oh, it's about Morrowind.
Morrowind.
Yay.
Elder Scrolls 3.
Yep, and then what's this one? Oblivion, okay. And then we got Morrowind again. Okay. And then Oblivion, Skyrim. Why Skyrim? And then why the Elder Scrolls conclusion. Alright, well, I'm gonna...
It's his science project.
Yeah, I guess if you want to consider sucking Morrowind's dick a science project.
It was only with the release of the third Elder Scrolls game that the Elder Scrolls series became a big player in the world of RPGs, not least because Bethesda had tripled their workforce specifically for Morrowind. The third game in the series allowed players to immerse themselves in deep lore that, at times, was quite challenging to understand. The theology...
And poorly designed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, this is an old-ass game who did not receive any Day 1 patches. So, I mean, this is, again, as I said in the last video, this is a fucking PS2 game.
PS2.
I mean, this is already coming off bad. It's already coming off that you're just, oh, well, I want it to be like the older games. Morrowind in specific.
Behind the tribunal of Vivec, Sothasil and Olmalexia will take wider in-game reading to fully comprehend, perhaps partly because the trio appear to be, very loosely, based off the real-world Trimerti, the three dominant gods of Hinduism. The deep lore of Morrowind, combined with a compelling narrative and the truly amazing graphics that we can still appreciate.
Amazing graphics?
What do you mean by amazing?
I'm sorry,
That's
they're
not
not
even new gen.
amazing. Compared to Skyrim and even Oblivion, yeah, right. But that's an opinion. Graphics really don't make the game.
Yeah.
Minecraft exists, for God's sake, and that's a fun-ass game.
Mhm.
You know, you do you. There's nothing wrong I have with Morrowind, it's just these nostalgic fanboys.
To this day,
They want Morrowind, 2.0 every
They're,
game.
praising it.
Yeah, and they want the same thing every time. It seems like these guys must not be fun to hang around with, I think.
set a solid framework for future Elder Scrolls games to be modeled.
Hang on, one more
It seemed
thing.
as if
Well, hold on. Hold on. Okay, we got it. Say again, Unknown? Sorry.
They just don't like change, in my opinion.
No, they don't.
the truly amazing graphics that we can still appreciate to this day set a solid framework for future Elder Scrolls games to be modelled off. It seemed as if Morrowind had hit the right spot in terms of how to explore the diverse and deep world of the Elder Scrolls. But
to be honest, Morrowind's success will not have anything to do with Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know why you think bringing up Morrowind is a deterring factor that fucking Elder Scrolls 6 will fail before it even fucking releases. I mean, the dislike ratio is selling enough.
But Oblivion broke away from the successful framework of its predecessor upon its release in 2008, which caused some concern among fans of Morrowind.
Yep, you mean basement dwelling fans who just cannot handle when things change. They want to...
This is just... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. You're talking, sorry.
Wait, hang on, what was I going to say? Dang it.
That's okay.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, the fans that don't want change. Bethesda does not have to cater to that fan. Every single old school fan, that'd be so ridiculous that they would be hated, and actually rightfully so, if they catered to any side. So...
This isn't even about Elder Scrolls 6 right now.
No, it's
That's what I
not.
was
It's
about to
about
say.
the release of fucking Oblivion and the older fans. God damn.
At the
This is
time.
just a nostalgic journey.
Yeah. He's just pointing out, oh, this game came out. This game's different. It caused concerns for basement-dwelling fans who give a fuck about others' opinions, and also the fact of where their games go. Shouldn't affect you. If they're really that bad, then don't fucking buy them.
Sure, the game pleased players
At least
who
to you, at least.
were new to the series, such as me, as well as many long-time players, and there was nothing inherently wrong with the game. In fact, Oblivion received better ratings than Morrowind.
I am willing, do not tell me, I know you saw this Unknown G12, but I'm willing when he gets to the Skyrim part, he brings up Morrowind after this for some reason again, he's going to shit on Skyrim. That's my guess. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Wind from a few critics at the time. It was simply that it had taken the Elder Scrolls series down a different line to Morrowind. The story of the game...
No fucking shit.
What?
Why would you want the same thing? You know, you people would even complain about that. I guarantee
Just
it.
have a remaster.
Huh?
Just have a remaster. Sorry for talking over, by the way.
Yeah, you're good. It doesn't matter. This is about Elder Scrolls 6.
It was
What the fuck does this have to do with Elder Scrolls 6?
And how it will fail.
Predictable.
All I'm getting is that it's not going to please me and the other fans because I didn't have my tea this morning. I guess. So.
There was no real need to understand the lore and theory behind the Mythic Dawn or Mehrunes Dagon. You could quite easily complete the game by simply following the general good versus evil theme. Skyrim took a similar route to Oblivion in its
Why is this titled Morrowind? You're talking about Skyrim. What the fuck?
linearity as well, splitting more away from the mold of Morrowind.
Linearity. Alright, so you already are... not 9 seconds, or was it 19 seconds when he said this was a fact?
Yeah, I think it was 19 seconds. This is on the intro.
Yeah, that's bad actually, and the linearity. Yeah, right. Skyrim. So you have to complete the Dragonborn quest. You can't ignore it. You're literally forced to get the first shout? Yeah, right. Every time I hear that, I always think that these people literally played it that way. And I think they did. I think they played it like they just went and did all the quests, and they think that, oh, well, you have to do them.
And there's nothing else to it, apparently. For
Yeah.
their eyes.
Yeah, there's like fucking areas to see, and there's a lot of different types of caves, and even some of them have quests in those caves. Like,
Yeah.
linearity, my ass. This is an opinion, bro. Like, you can feel that way about Skyrim, but this is not fact.
Had created. In contrast to Oblivion's and Skyrim's relative simplicity, Morrowind
Simplicity. And he's not going to explain how, even briefly, what simplicity. Like, what do you mean?
forced the player to discover more about the Nerevarine prophecy in various quests, such as the ones where the player is implored to learn about the dissident priests. Again, reading through the texts of the priests was challenging, and a grasp of the theory behind the dissident...
I personally think it was lazy game design. I think this is when games were starting out, dude.
This is when gaming started becoming.
Like, why did you title this Morrowind and then just kind of casually take a dump on Skyrim? Like, you just kind of...
Yeah. It's kind of a word salad again.
Yep, and it sounds like, oh man, it sounds like he doesn't like he's already being kind of dishonest. I mean, Skyrim and Oblivion are not linear. I mean, if you do not have to do the main quest, they're not linear. Linear is when you have to do it. It's not like you are forced to complete the fucking, or kill Alduin. Like, you could do that later.
priests was needed to truly comprehend the game's story. Morrowind also explored some more...
This is all the way, by the way, this is taste. You prefer reading your shit. You could do that in Skyrim too, by the way. And I would also assume Oblivion. I haven't played very much of that, but I will tell you that from playing Skyrim, I'm pretty sure you could read books in fucking Oblivion.
Yeah, almost like in every Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, there's reading so far in every single one of these games. I think Skyrim is actually to the brim with lore.
He even had like a little like scroll thing that he was like reading on the on like one of his clips in this video. Remember that?
What part was that at? Oh, that
right there, yeah.
Yeah, but that's from Morrowind.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Morrowind again.
Oh, well, he is talking about it now. That scroll thing is from Morrowind. Of course, they won't show examples of book reading in Skyrim. It will fuck up his argument. It'd prove it wrong. I mean, it's already kind of making him look dumb with that in mind.
Challenging themes, for example the morality behind divinity. The main questline raised the question of whether the gods are morally good, a real-world question that's challenged real-world theologians for many years. Oblivion and Skyrim 2 explored some dark and interesting themes, but not in the same complicated way as Morrowind.
Ooh, yeah, I think I'm getting a huge nostalgic vibe. I don't know, that's your opinion.
Texture.
All the villains in Oblivion were just that, pure villains. You could tell from the get-go that Merion's Dagon was just a full-on bad guy. Dagothr in Morrowind, on the other hand, was more complicated. The player never distinctly learns, by the end, who's more evil between the Tribunal and the leader of the Sixth House. In essence, both Oblivion and to a slightly lesser extent Skyrim seemed much more like action-adventure games that were
No, not really. Because I don't think you understand the genre you're talking about there, cowboy. I personally think you don't know how to roleplay. I mean, if you cannot restrict yourself in an easy game to restrict yourself, you can't roleplay. But there's no dialogue options to remind me of who I'm playing as. Who cares? There's enough to either persuade, to attack, even through dialogue.
Yeah, yeah, like what you said.
In Skyrim, at least. I'm pretty sure the same thing in fucking Oblivion as well, so... Oh, boy, man.
Was Oblivion before Skyrim? Like, I know, I mean like right after.
Well,
like, it was
not
like
right
the newest
after.
one before.
Yeah, well, Elder Scrolls-wise, yeah.
Oh, okay.
God.
Like, how's it just an action and adventure game? It's a role-playing game, too.
Yeah, you make your character. You literally have a blank-ass slate. I know in all these Elder Scrolls games, you pretty much do. I don't know what fucking any of these like Skyrim shortcomings. Like, I know Skyrim's not a perfect game. I'm not saying any of these games are perfect. I'm sucking their dicks blindly. I just think this argumentation's ridiculous, and this whole video is so dumb. I mean, you're not even discussing how any of this is going to contribute to the Elder Scrolls 6's failure. This is already a shit-ass video, dude.
Simply set in the Elder Scrolls universe, as opposed to
don't care. I really don't care about this. Who gives a fuck that you liked Morrowind so much that you fucking seem to keep the dick in your mouth?
No, I bet his next video will be on GTA 6's fail.
Maybe.
No.
I think he's more of a, I don't know this. I know this guy thinks every character in Skyrim's a fucking idiot because, well, let's face it, he's not that intelligent himself. He made a video like this.
A 5-minute video, not really analyzing anything.
Not just analyzing. It's more of not. Fuck. It's not explaining how any of this is going to affect the Elder Scrolls 6, and not only that, he's shitting on it before it comes out. Like, this was even before it was announced. So, I don't know.
He's talking right out of his butt.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
Morrowind, which acted as a medium from which to explore
doesn't matter,
and
dude.
learn
This
about
has
the
nothing to do with the newer games. They're all different, and they should be that way. There's no need to compare any of this shit at all.
In that door.
It's completely understandable as to why Bethesda decided to take this route and deviate from the complexity of Morrowind.
They changed it. They didn't deviate. It's just you dumb shits don't know RPGs. Like, this is too open for you to comprehend, in my opinion. That's what it seems like. Every time I hear this, Skyrim streamlined, I just keep thinking, oh, well, because you played it that way. You don't know how to restrict yourself. You saw the fucking skill trees, and you're like, oh my god, they're not deep, and you can level everything up.
No.
No, you actually can't. You can, but that would take so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how any of these games are fucking streamlined. It's not explaining shit, bro.
Fundamentally, by making the game more accessible to a wider and perhaps younger audience, the game's sale...
How's a younger audience? Like, yeah, and younger adults.
It's called changing.
Yeah.
They just don't like to change.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of was calling fans a little bit children. This is like years after, or a year after Special Edition came out, so... I don't know. I think Morrowind's for people who can't grow up or move on, so...
Sales would increase and the series would become more popular as a result. I have to make clear as well that I don't dislike Oblivion or Skyrim compared to Morrowind. In fact, for many years I actively preferred Oblivion to any other Elder Scrolls game. It's just more that as I've matured and experienced Morrowind, I've begun...
Oh my god, you've begun to be the dumbest of asses and compared the games and didn't take into account different philosophies. This is why none of you will be noticed by Bethesda.
To see more clearly the worrying path that the Elder Scrolls games are taking. It seems...
Let me guess, he doesn't explain this. Can you tell me that, Unknown G12? Does he explain this, or does he just keep talking and talking?
I'm pretty sure he keeps on talking and talking. Ding ding ding!
It seems that with each game the focus shifts more from exploring the complex lore of the series to adventure.
What are you talking about? There's lore in fucking Skyrim, you dumb shit! I love Skyrim. And there's books you can read. There's even tales that NPCs tell you. Don't fucking
read.
I don't think so. I think maybe in Morrowind, and that's it. Because that's all you do in Morrowind is fucking read.
It's like going to the library.
Kind of, maybe. I'm not saying Morrowind's a bad game. Not my cup of tea per se, because of the fact it's very dated. But yeah, I can see why people love the game, even today. Like, I'm not going to take that shit away. There was effort put in that shit.
There's even still people playing Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that, so...
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean there's no lore, though? Like, that's bullshit. Like, there's no lore in Skyrim. They did deviate from the lore. It's like, dude, you didn't play this game. That's what it seems like.
Bro, he just plays it for the lore. That's all he just wants to see, is lore.
Well, no, it's actually, he's saying there's no lore in this game. He's implying that its focus is on mainstreaming, which is bullshit. It's not. Like, I don't think he played Skyrim thoroughly. I just think he played it like a casual.
And
Same
experience,
here, that's what I was saying.
Get me wrong, I do enjoy, but it's not what I necessarily want to experience as much from an Elder Scrolls game, and I certainly don't want to see the story and lore substituted for the sake of gameplay. It's totally valid at this point.
What do you mean? If you're saying the story is bad for both games, and it's gameplay that makes it up for you, that's subjective as fuck. Not everyone will think that way. That's not even the fact. It's just people think that everyone thinks alike, and that's really not the case.
There's different humans out there, bud.
Skyrim's a bad game. The story is terrible. Not really. Oh, God. What were you saying, Unknown G? I didn't hear you.
Oh, dang it, I forgot. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus on this.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Point out that maybe I expect too much from the series, but
yeah, you don't think?
Truly, I believe that
you're literally titling a video why a game that hasn't even come out will fail.
For a world as vivid, compelling, and interesting as that of the Elder Scrolls, an action-adventure game just doesn't do it justice.
It's not an action-adventure. You keep saying this, and not only that, you fucked up your own video by saying this is a fact. It's not. So I'm sorry you're not good at keeping your video fair. I mean, it's not fact.
For the Elder Scrolls 6 to be truly successful, it has to be both unique, but to return an aspect to the roots of Morrowind. I'd love to...
No, they don't! Dude, you just want Morrowind again.
Look at Skyrim.
There's still some aspects that are in Morrowind that are in Skyrim. You can roleplay... Jesus, dude.
Medieval.
Well,
still
yeah,
medieval.
And it's still connected. It's still in the same universe.
Yeah.
Morrowind's still a place. It's heavily mentioned in Skyrim quite often. And there's deep lore in Skyrim as much as there is in Morrowind.
Look at Skyrim. You didn't even have to add Morrowind aspects into it. It was actually a really great game already.
Like, this is just, you want Morrowind. Like, why do you want the same game? That, like, are you a boring person? Do you like the same shit over and over again?
But if he ever is a game designer, he'll just upload, Skyrim.
It'd probably be the
Skyrim
same
2.
game. It's just different skins each time. So.
Yeah, new updated graphics or something like that.
to see new ideas and concepts implemented in the Elder Scrolls 6. In fact, I'd hate to see a game that just copied the format of the third game. Yet, I truly believe...
But that's what you want, is them to go back to the roots of Morrowind. You're not even explaining how they're going to be able to do that. You're just saying, I want the same root, I want the old roots back from Morrowind, but I'm not going to explain that. I'm just going to say that and then carry on, and not really give them any pointers. And then also say, that's exactly like Morrowind, but I'm not going to provide an example as how that's going to work.
That the next game needs to be as in-depth, lore-wise, as Morrowind.
It still is, dude! Skyrim doesn't attest to that. I just think maybe Skyrim's world was too much for you. If anything...
Much for his nostalgic brain.
Yeah. It's not even really nostalgia. It's more of like he's just jumping on the fucking fanboyism. Like, Jesus.
Have as good and compelling a story. The game needs to be harder.
That's an opinion, dude. I'm sorry. Like, I don't give a fuck.
to explore emotionally and intellectually. The main quest shouldn't just be about eradicating some external evil that threatens none, but about
what do you mean that threatens none? It threatens the world that you're inhabiting, where the game takes place. Skyrim is like that. From what I know of Oblivion, Oblivion's like that. Yeah. You literally close the gates. It's a threat to the world. Even Morrowind was like that. You're some hero that needs to stop the evil. Or stop someone doing something bad. Yeah, go ahead, Unknown.
I think you probably just zoomed right past,
you just streamlined. No, you just beelined the main quest in Skyrim, I think. That's probably why he thinks it's streamlined. What a dumbass.
Finding your own feet and establishing your own ideas and making your own decisions in a world fraught with danger.
What the fuck are you talking about? You clearly do not pay attention to any of the games that you're deciding to make content on. Bro!
Oh. I suppose.
This is a really dumb video. This is actually, I would even argue it's dumber than the one we reacted to a few days ago. The Zarek Zakharon one. That video was bad, but it wasn't as bad as fucking this.
Yeah, because he's just making the developers of the game look bad already, even though they're not.
And that's why Bethesda probably just, when they see this channel, they just skip past it. Like it's just one of those fucking many channels like this.
Plus, who would watch 5 minutes of context? Well, definitely not us, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I think we already passed that. We're 5 minutes and 12 seconds in.
I suppose that's all I'm really trying to say. Is that I hope the next game will be a joy to experience.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion, dude. Sorry you didn't enjoy Skyrim, but, at the end of the day, your opinion does not equate into fact.
Yeah, better luck next time.
Yeah, pretty much. Hopefully you enjoy Elder Scrolls 6.
Intellectually and emotionally, and not
intellectually, and you're gonna say this is something they should do, but not give them any tips.
Merely a bland adventure game masquerading as an Elder Scrolls title.
You're just shitting on the game.
What?
You're just shitting on Oblivion and Morrowind or Skyrim because it's not Morrowind. I get it.
And yeah, that was directed at ESO. Thanks for watching this video. I know that it's different to what I normally post, but I felt like this was...
No, you made videos saying all the characters in Skyrim are idiots. You literally just showed that you're kind of a biased prick. And, to be honest, shitting on I call you a prick because saying a game will fail before it's even fucking announced... And not only that, before it even comes out, doesn't make you look so good. It makes you kind of look like a fucking prick.
Yeah, it makes it look like that they just look at... I think he hasn't even heard of, the thing, don't judge a book by its cover.
I don't know if that applies here. I just think it's don't fucking say shit about something that's you don't have no knowledge in. This is a really terrible video. Oh, it's a fact. It's a fact. Look at this shit. Avatari is what you should be called. Avatari Skyrim. Skyrim idiots. 23 videos, let's see. Okay. Wow. A lot of... Okay, this is in... Okay. Yeah, look. Swordbloods are idiots. Ulfric is an idiot. The Thalmor are idiots. The Vigilants are idiots. He's valid to make these, but... there's a bias here, bro. Clearly, you played Morrowind, you probably got swooned by the other people that said it was better than the other games. Anywho...
Skyrim's 10 stupidest side quests. See that down there?
Yeah, well, these are just opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he likes Skyrim. I mean, if you're gonna make videos or say that Morrowind's better, and the fact that we're gonna bring it up again.
sequel. This is a fact I felt...
Oh, a fact. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's indeed a fact for something that hasn't come out yet. Well, anyways, I'm Sacred G.
I'm the Unknown G12.
And, well, any final thoughts on Unknown G12 before we sign this off? This was a 5-minute video, thank God.
Never criticize games before they come out.
Yeah.
And, you know, just common knowledge right there. I don't know how this guy didn't see that. Obviously, he just doesn't think... Well, he just thinks that games should be the way that he wants them to be. So.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it sounds like. He just wants Morrowind again. I want the same systems that Morrowind has, because Morrowind is a superior game. Even though the game's more buggy than Skyrim. I mean, that game had no fucking day one patch, so I guess they want the old bugs back, I guess. I don't know. Anywho, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yep.